Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show, and I'm reaching out to you today to talk about what I always love to talk about, credit repair, some real estate tips, some career motivational tips, and some motivation to get you through the day, along with the King segment of James West. But before we get started, hope y'all are doing great today. Let's hop right into it in regards to credit repair. So for those that are seeking assistance on credit repair, give me a call, 267-702-3756. I'd be more than happy to assist you. But today I actually wanted to talk about the cost of credit repair. You hear different credit repair programs offer this, and you hear different credit repair programs offer that, but nobody goes into the actual cost. Now, I'm not at liberty to say the actual price, just given to you, but I can definitely tell you, you're looking at no more than spending $3 a day in regards to, which is pretty much the equivalent to a decent cup of coffee. Not a cup of coffee, but a decent cup of coffee. So folks, the reason why, we want to express the cost, because there are programs out here that, offer it at a higher rate, but they don't give you like the full benefits. One, I'm not even going to mention their name, but one company, the services that they offer is the same thing that we offer, personal online dashboard, which is great, monthly online credit score analysis, identity theft insurance. I will say with the identity theft insurance, because I want you to be aware, when I was looking at competing credit repair agencies that, pretty much provide the same thing, if not less, I should say, identity theft is usually like automatically ended. So if you do come across a credit repair agency that is not offering identity theft insurance or identity theft protection, just automatically look the other way, because I think that is a standard across all major credit repair agencies and companies. Updated credit reports, which you could pretty much go on a daily basis to check. They're saying here on a monthly basis, and then an updated credit score every 90 days. Your credit score gets updated every 30 days. So why are they waiting 90 days to give you that update? And then last but not least, mobile apps and customizable text alerts, which you do get that the same thing with my services company. So I just want you to be on the lookout, be aware of everything like that. In addition, promoting the credit repair company that I work with to get you started and get you assisted. But make sure that you're comparing apples and oranges. You're not just doing it because you've heard that 1, 2, or maybe 3 people benefit from it, but actually look to see like, hey, what are they offering for me that I'm not getting anywhere else? If you were to order a cheeseburger, or for the folks that don't eat burgers nor cheese, a salad, you are expecting a certain quality, you're expecting certain ingredients, you're expecting certain items to be in there. And especially if you're going to Salad Works, hey, you can create your own up to 5 toppings. Please be sure you're not just saying to them, oh, I'm paying for 5 toppings. No, I'm okay, I just want 3. No, they're looking right at you and saying like, well, we could add 2 more toppings, or do you want double of this or double of that? So do that with, something that's really, really affecting your life. Do that with something that's really benefiting you to take that next step closer towards financial freedom and towards financial success. So any other questions that you have with me about credit repair, or just wanting to know, hey, Dan, does your credit repair agency offer this? I saw this one offer this, but wanted to see if you guys offer it too. Be sure to give me a call, 267-702-3756. On to the next segment of real estate. Now, with real estate, first I actually came across a podcast, if you will, in regards to branding yourself. With branding yourself, it's just something that you need to consistently do. I was, if you will, I'll be honest with you, I was looking to prepare like a speech on it or do a video on it. And the thing that came to my mind was actually pigeons. If you take breadcrumbs and you just throw it out there, plenty of pigeons come flocking and they check you out. Well, what happens if you stop throwing breadcrumbs out? They got a short-term memory, so does social media. So when you stop throwing out breadcrumbs, or you stop letting people know like, hey, I'm out here, hey, I'm trying to feed you guys, hey, I'm trying to put value out to you, because have you ever seen those bird feeders that it gets to the point where literally they just have their hand open and the birds are just eating out of their hand? The same thing with social media, and the same thing with branding yourself. You want to continuously put yourself out there. You want to continuously make people aware. You want to continuously make yourself known by throwing those breadcrumbs out there. So that from that podcast is what I got, is that, just have that continuous branding. But what I wanted to talk with you about, especially for my real estate agents and coaches, is now Brevet. The brevetgroup.com, they actually talk about 21 mind-blowing sales stats. I'm not going to go over the 21. I just want to go over the first 3 with you. So, number 1, 92% of all customer interactions happen over the phone. That's just guaranteed. So, please don't think that, your device that you have, your phone, your tablet, laptop, and everything like that is great for researching, it's great for marketing, it's great for putting stuff out there on social media. But you have to understand that 92% of all your customer interactions are going to be happening over the phone, or eventually happening over the phone. You can't sell a house by simply just texting somebody back and forth, and you can't sell a house by just emailing somebody and hopefully waiting for a response. So get on the phone, make yourself known, and make yourself active, and make yourself aware. Number 2, it takes an average of 8 cold call attempts to reach a prospect. 8 cold call attempts. So guys, come up with a plan. And I'm glad you're here today, and I'm glad you're in front of me right now, because I'm going to let you know what my plan is, and feel free to take it. But you need to find your own, and not so much saying that it's like, well, Dan, you just told me to take yours. I want you to take mine, but I did this after looking at maybe like 3 other people's schedule plans, maybe looking at other people's stuff, and I decided, Dan, you have to come up with your own. You have to come up with something that's going to make you stand out, and what are you doing? So for me, and it's quite not the 8 cold call attempts, but it's definitely close to it. The first one, of course, is a voicemail that I leave through Slide Broadcast. Then I wait 4 days and leave another voicemail through Slide Broadcast. Keep it generalized. That first one, you definitely want to have that introduction. Boom, hit them with everything, who you are and such. The third one is I typically wait another 6 days. So right now, we're pretty much getting towards the middle of the month in regards to leaving voicemails or reaching out. Now, what you should not be doing is a back to back to back. It shouldn't be, hey, 8 cold call attempts. I'll knock that out this week. No. Your 8 cold call attempts is pretty much over time, because you got to understand something. You're developing a relationship with the folks that you're looking to help buy a home, or for the folks that you're looking to sell a home. So if your cousin, if your mother, if your daughter, your kids, your brothers and sisters aren't getting back to you right away after you call them, what makes you think a complete stranger that is looking to discuss their home value is going to be calling you right back right away? So keep that in mind. So where are we at here? So, and then 10 days later. So in the middle of, after 3 to 4 attempts, I am then sending out a card. Now your card can be general, costs 55 cents currently for a stamp. You can go to the dot store, get yourself a pack of 10 blank cards, and start sending them out. And honestly, you should be having some business cards. If you don't, you might want to check out Exp Realty by giving me a call, because they do offer a website and business cards that already come included. So with that, 267-702-3756. So after, the card gets sent out, then a few more voicemails, but it's, like I said, it's spread it out over time. So now you're looking at a 15-day marker, and then at the end, waiting another 10 days to do another voicemail. And at that point, if you have their email address, and that's the other thing too, it takes an average of 8 cold call attempts. So how are you reaching out to them? What resources do you have to reach out to them? And the other thing to wake you up, because I needed to wake myself up on, is that when you're emailing them, make sure you're emailing them from the email address that is generating business, or that is discussing business. If you're using your personal email address and they're looking to spam you, trust me, that is not good for you as a reflection for your personal email address. Business-wise, it completely understands. Mine, Daniel.umstead@exprealty.com makes sense. But having my Robert Nathaniel Group LLC at gmail.com being considered spam, not good in any way, shape, or form. So make sure that the one that you're using is business related. So that way, if you do get hit, it's like, hey, it's understandable. This guy's running a business, so of course it's going to be getting hit in spam. But if it's something personal, it's not going to be good for you. All right. So make sure that you come up with a strategy, come up with a plan. Feel free. And if you'd like to talk about it for free, 267-702-3756. I'll be sure to help you out. And then number 3, the best time to cold call is between 4 and 5 p.m. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, damn, well, I'm wrapping up the day, or, you know, I don't have time to do this because of my current day job. Well, hey, this is why this live broadcast is available and beneficial to everybody. So with this live broadcast, all you're doing is dropping voicemails in folks' inbox and leaving it at that. So for me, my whole thing is that I typically do it in the early afternoon hours because, you know, when you get a voicemail, you're typically not even looking at it, or you're just pretty much pushing it off to the side. So when you do get off work and you do have a notification, it's like, because your voicemail or your tactics in branding and marketing yourself should be subconsciously. So make sure that when you're reaching out to folks and that you're discussing and having a conversation with folks that, or, you know, making that attempt, that it's like, hey, I'm here, I'm a realtor, wanted to see if you need anything, I'm here to help out. So that should be with your voicemail. That should be the tone with your voicemail. And even if you decide to do cold calling, that should be that as well. I personally am not doing any cold calling because of my day job, you know, having to call somebody between 12 to 1, because if I get stuck on a conversation, then, you know, that affects my current work productivity, which I don't want to happen. So make sure that your time for real estate is for real estate and that your time for work is for work. So being able to schedule voicemails between 12 and 1 p.m. compared to making calls between 12 and 1 p.m. is a different scale. Because if you get somebody that picks up the phone at 12:55 and they say, oh yeah, I'm definitely interested. Do you have time to talk right now? I've been trying to get this house on the market, but been having issues with my past realtor. You're getting all excited and you're like, oh my gosh, but I gotta go back to work, And you don't wanna lose that prospect. So voicemail is the best key, because when they call you back, hey, now they're actually coming to your house and visit. You know how like you wanna visit family and friends and it's like, can't you guys come over here? That's what you want for the prospects, all right? So before we hit to our next subject, I wanted to actually give you one bonus one, and that is number 19, retaining current customers is 6 to 7 times less costly than acquiring new ones. And it's true. It is absolutely true. So you got to think, what are you doing to build that first one up? And I actually looked at my budget, you know, for the plan that I'm doing right now for the next 30 days, is that it's close to like 200. But if I was just to focus solely on just following up with the same people, that cost goes way, 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 way down. Way down, because I'm not sending out a card anymore. I'm merely just doing the voicemails, which I get 200 for $8 a month. So rather than spending the time going through Bright MLS, pulling somebody up, that less costly goes along with time. It's not just a, oh, I'm paying money out. No, that goes along with time as well. So be sure that you're using your time valuably in order to get where you need to get at with your sales goals. All right. Great. So on to our next matter, or topic, I should say, which will be career development. So I went on to thebalancedcareers.com and they talk about 5 tips to improve your career development, just for lack of time reasons. And I actually want you guys to research this on your own, is that I'm just going to go over the first 2. So the first 2, and this is for the folks who are working a full-time job. Not everybody has that passion to be an entrepreneur. Some people love their job. So if you love your job, you're happy with your job, and you're trying to figure out, well, damn, what could be my next steps from this job? I got the 2 for you. Set goals and create a plan to achieve them. If you're trying to work on a promotion, if you're trying to reach the next level, or if you're trying to hit a sales goal, depending upon your job, then set goals and create a plan to achieve them. Just like how I gave the 30-day plan in regards for the real estate. Make sure that you have a plan and keep your plan short. Do not create a plan that says like, oh, at the end of Q3 or the beginning of Q4, I'll be able to get this started. I'll be able to get that started. That's not going to help you out, guys. What's going to help you out is setting a plan that, you know, over time, within a short amount of time, will get you to that next step. So if you got a 2-week plan, great. If you got a 10-day plan, great. If you got a 30-day plan, great. But don't harp on a plan that, you know, 6 months from now where you're like, dang, all right, I'm almost there, I got time. No, keep your plan short. You know, the job is short. The economy, you know, is going up and down, left and right, and zigzagging all the way. So with your job, you want to have that extra comfort and security by making sure that you reach your goals, because the moment that you reach your goals, you think your boss is going to be like, you brought the company 4 times what you made last year. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to let you go. No company's going to do that. No company's going to do that. So focus on those goals, create a plan for them, and achieve them. The second thing, like I said, develop a timeline, including milestones. So if you have the ultimate passion, if you have that ultimate goal as far as seeking to the top or getting to a certain level, hey, set up the milestones and count your small wins. Do not feel that, oh, well, Dan, you know, I only made 1 call today, or only got 1 sale today, or only was able to get out 5 voicemails today, or with my job, I was only able to create 1 report today and they're expecting 25. Okay. Count those small wins, because the more that you chip away at that tree, the more that you keep having that axe just ram it left and right, up and down, in and out, the much more closer that you'll be towards getting to your goals, towards getting to your success. So take advantage, you know, of those small wins. Take advantage of those milestones that you achieve and get in there. Even if your milestone is, hey, meeting at the end of Q3, it's like, wow, this is great. You know, all right, now I'm ready for the next thing. You know, you can only do what you can do for so long before you need to level up, before you need to get to that next height or that next feat. So take advantage of that and, you know, create a plan for yourself and create those milestones to get you there. It's just as simple as that. All right. Now, to wrap up for the day, I talked about a gentleman, Mr. James Edward Maceo West. Mr. James Edward Maceo West is an American inventor and acoustician. He holds over 250 foreign and U.S. patents for the production and design of microphones and techniques for creating polymer foil electrics. What does that mean, Dan? I have no idea, but I will say this. This gentleman, a black man whose fields is physics and electrical engineering, if you're using a microphone device, if you're using any type of device that requires a microphone, whether it be through your phone, whether it be through your laptop, whether it be through a tablet, what have you, if you're using that 90% of the time, that is coming from James Edward Maceo West. And one thing I wanted to point out for a man that was born February 10th, 1931, who is going on, or, you know, is 80, I'm sucking at math right now, 89 years old, is still working on inventions. One thing that he's actually trying to track right now is how to pull out pneumonia in infants' lungs as soon as they're born. And I'm like, what? For me, I didn't even think that was even possible to detect. But of course, you know, we're living in times where it's like, hey, you could just do a thermal scan across somebody's forehead to check their temperature. But which is great. So for the fact that he holds that, you know, and for what he's probably been through. He's probably been through 2, or definitely more than 2, a few Black Lives Matters movements, and even just the freedom and equality. So, but for the fact that he kept going, for the fact that he kept pushing forward, you know, should be saying something about yourself. What are you going to be doing to reflect back on when you do become 89? If you are blessed, just as I'm looking to be blessed to get to that age, to leave your landmark, to leave your thumbprint in society. All right. Now, to continue on with that, with the motivation, I've talked about legacy before, I talked about generation before, but I want you to, for my social media folks, and if you're watching this, you should be on social media, but I want you to take for your Instagram. If you have an Instagram, if you don't have an Instagram, this is what I need you to do for Instagram. For your Instagram, put up a post, put up a popular post, something that's going to, attract people, that'll get you 5, 10, 15, or even 1,000 likes, on that post alone, or even so much more. When you do that, the first 100, go to their pages if they're open and, not private or blocked, user, not so much blocked user, but private users only on Facebook. I haven't seen private user on Instagram unless they just don't want to be contacted. But with that, I want you to just start liking their stuff. Just honestly start liking their stuff, adding hearts to it, and don't go crazy. Don't feel like you need to do 25. Now, if you need to get somebody's attention, definitely hit it up, because every single time that you are pinging it, depending upon how they got their notifications set up on Instagram, they will begin their notification or waking up to it or right before going to bed seeing that. The reason why I say that is that, hey, if you're liking somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're going to like something back, or just put a blast out post saying like, oh my gosh, Daniel.Umstead, thanks so much for the support. You like that plug, right? Thank you again at Daniel.Umstead. I really appreciate this. Or they're mentioning you in their stories. So, and then once they mention you in stories, you mention them right back. And it needs to have that continuous. This is if you're trying to build those followers, if you're trying to build those fans. And this just goes along with life as well. If you see something on Facebook, if you see something on Twitter that you see somebody is doing, and they only have like 2, 3, maybe 5 likes, hey, like it for them. It's not going to hurt you, and it's not going to take away from your branding awareness or who you are if you start liking stuff. Now, if you start liking some weird stuff, I can't tell you with that. I don't know what to tell you with that. But if you see that there's a positive message, if you see that somebody's trying to get their voice heard out in the world to benefit others, by all means, double tap, like it, love it, care, do everything. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great one. Enjoy your day. And you know what I'm going to say? Stay blessed, my fellow millionaires.
Fleslet on the beat.